The Honourable Leader of the Opposition.
Breaking news. Conservatives will force a vote here in the House of Commons to get Canadians their money back for the ArriveCAN scandal. The Auditor General slammed the Liberal government for giving GC Strategies, the top ArriveCAN contractor, $64 million in contracts since they took office. $64 million to a two-person IT company that did no IT work and is under RCMP investigation. Instead of empty words like, we accept the Auditor General's findings, how about the Prime Minister show some concrete action, vote for our motion, and get Canadians their money back?
The Right Honourable Prime Minister.
Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, this government is focused on best-in-class procurement. That is why we're put in place a new Department of Government Transformation. That is why we're putting in place a new Department of Defence Procurement to get taxpayer value for money, to build the strongest economy in the G7. That is how we'll get value for Canadians.
The Honourable Leader of the Opposition.
Well, he's settling into old Liberal habits of not being bothered by wasting taxpayers' money and funneling it to his friends.
Right.
And Mr. Speaker, the Prime Minister's trying to act like he's new to the job or he just got here. He was Justin Trudeau's senior economic advisor while these contracts were being handed out. And the Minister of Trade with the U.S., the Minister for Jobs, and the Minister of Foreign Affairs all have their fingerprints on this scandal, and he chose them to sit around his cabinet table. Why is it every time Liberals get caught in a corruption scandal, Liberal politicians get rewarded and taxpayers get the bill?
The Right Honourable Prime Minister.
Mr. Speaker, as I just said, this government is laser focused on best-in-class procurement. That is why we have a new Minister of Government Transformation. That is why we have a brave deputy who fought for this country, who flew fighter jets, who is the new Secretary of State for Defence Procurement. We're going to get best value for Canadians' dollars. We're going to grow this economy. Come join us.
The Honourable Member for Chilliwack Hope.
General confirm what we've been saying about the fraudsters behind the ArriveCAN app and the failure of this Liberal government to protect taxpayers. GC Strategies was an IT firm that didn't do IT, didn't follow procurement rules, didn't provide value for money, didn't have valid security clearances. What they do have is $64 million ill-gotten tax dollars in the bank, and this Liberal government let it all happen. When so many Canadians are struggling to make ends meet, why is this government making no effort to get those wasted tax dollars back?
The Right Honourable Prime Minister.
Mr. Speaker, I think it's important to follow details, including important details such as there was just an election. Canada's new government was elected to focus on getting best value for Canadian taxpayer dollars and building the strongest economy in the G7. That's exactly what we're doing. We're focused on it.
The Honourable Member for Chilliwack Hope.
They're not holding GC Strategies accountable, they're letting them keep the cash. The Auditor General confirmed that current Liberal ministers failed Canadians in this matter. They failed to protect tax dollars. They failed to check the qualifications of those doing the work. In half the contracts, they failed to even verify that work was done. Unbelievably, the Trudeau ministers responsible for ArriveCAN got promoted and have now been put in charge of critical Canada-US, foreign affairs and jobs files. Why did the Prime Minister reward these failed Trudeau Liberals instead of holding them accountable for their incompetence?
The Right Honourable Prime Minister.
Mr. Speaker, this government, Canada's new government, is focused on best value for taxpayers' dollars. We are running a process to review our program. We are running a process to focus on results for Canadians, not dollars in. We are running a process to integrate technology. We are running a process to get best value for the largest increase in defence spending in precedent, making up for the failures of the members opposite.
Well done.
The Honourable Member for Mégantic-L'Érable, Lobinière. Well, thanks to a Conservative motion, the Auditor General has shed some light on the ArriveCAN scandal, and what she found is, well, it's not great, Mr. Speaker. GC Strategies, a company, 2 people in a basement that doesn't know anything about IT, got $64 million for doing nothing. The report doesn't know who did the work, doesn't know what was done, doesn't know if the people who did anything were even qualified to do it. Conservatives are going to go further now. We're tabling a motion calling on Canadians to be reimbursed. Mr. Speaker, will the Prime Minister vote for our motion to reimburse Canadians after the incompetence of his ministers? The Right Honourable Prime Minister. Mr. Speaker, Canada's new government is going to focus on best-in-class procurement. That's why we have a new Minister of Government Transformation. A new department for procurement for defence. And we are seeing the biggest increase in defence spending to defend our country in our history. The Honourable Member for Mégantic-L'Érable-Lobinière. He says that he's new, and maybe he doesn't know this, but listen, I'll say it quietly between him and me. The ministers who authorise this spending are members of his cabinet. They weren't banned, as the government transformation minister said yesterday. They were promoted. And that's the truth, Mr. Speaker. This House has already called for the reimbursement of the money paid to GC Strategies, but unfortunately, we still haven't seen that money come back. We're talking about $64 million. That comes from taxes paid by Canadians. The Liberal government abused Canadians' trust. Our motion is clear. Will the Prime Minister vote to protect his ministers, or will he vote for Canadians to be paid back? The Right Honourable Prime Minister. Mr. Speaker, I will be focused every day, every hour, on best-in-class procurement for Canadians.